So the Minnesota Timberwolves have definitely been disappointing this season. They went to the Western Conference Finals last year, which is just kind of shocking to some people. And then, to even a bigger shocker, they traded away Karl Anthony Towns in September of this offseason, and it's been a rocky start since they made that trade. And my job today is to fix this Minnesota Timberwolves team and just make it more appealing like it was at one point when Anthony Edwards was coming up. It seems like he hasn't regressed this year, but is maybe not taking the leap that we would have thought. His 2-point percentage has dropped a little bit over the last couple of weeks. Did they prioritize Rudy Gobert over Cat? In a way, you could say that, but obviously there was some financial restrictions on why they had to make that trade. But man, the Minnesota Timberwolves have not been fun to watch at times this year. So yeah, we're going to try to rebuild them. And I think something I'm going to have to do is trade away Julius Randle at this year's trade deadline, because I don't think he's the number 2 on this team. I mean, you could also point at Jaden McDaniels for being a disappointing offensive piece this year. Mike Conley looks like father time is catching up to him. Rudy Gobert, we know, is so limited offensively, and they're asking kind of way too much out of Nickeil Alexander-Walker. DiVincenzo has struggled at times, and then they haven't really played Terrence Shannon Jr. or Rob Dillingham too much. So I think we got to make some trades, and it starts with Randle. And of course, this team has rattled off some wins. We are 32-19, but I think if we're serious about winning a title this year, Randle, who's a free agent or can be a free agent at the end of the year, is somebody that we should trade, maybe try to sell high on. But what team would want Randle, right? Is there any bad contracts that I can move Randle for? Does Nikola Vucevic or Zach LaVine make sense on this team? I don't really think so. Obviously, I don't want the Bradley Beal contract, so I'm not doing that. I don't know if this is possible, but I think just getting any type of asset for Randle, I will take. Because like I said, he's leaving at the end of the year. So could I move Julius Randle to Detroit? Could make some sense. They would want to get somebody else to help out Cade Cunningham in the playoffs. I don't know what the young asset I could get back is. Like, could it be Marcus Sasser? And I'll throw in Joe Ingles in this trade. Like, I would take maybe Sasser over like a 2027 first round pick. They would counter it with DiVincenzo and Malik Beasley. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll throw in a second. I don't really want to throw in Dante DiVincenzo. I kind of need him going forward. So I'll throw in, I don't want to throw in Utah second this year either. So I'll throw in 2 seconds. They would want Terrence Shannon Jr., which I don't hate that idea, but I don't want to throw in that second. Okay, instead of maybe getting Marcus Sasser, could we pivot to like a 2029 first round pick? Like, it's something. And Tobias Harris's contract we can maybe leverage in the offseason, and they're going to agree to that. So, you know what? We get some much needed draft capital, and you might be like, Matt, what are you doing? You just traded Julius Randle for Tobias Harris. I will say, trust the process. Because I do think I'm going to maybe move, I don't know, like there's a chance I'm going to move Jaden McDaniels in the offseason because I've been disappointed by him offensively. Like Josh Minot has been honestly kind of exciting as a player in his limited minutes this year. Obviously, Naz Reid is a free agent at the end of the year too, so I'd like to lock him up, and he would not re-sign right now. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander actually wins MVP. Shout out to Shai. Yves Missy's your Rookie of the Year. Russ wins 6 Man of the Year. Also, shout out to Yves getting Rookie of the Year. That is pretty cool. Wemby, Depoy, Most Improved goes to Amen Thompson, and LeBron is your Clutch Player of the Year, with Jason Kidd being your Coach of the Year. So we got Shai, Jokic, Luka, Wemby, and Giannis on all NBA first team. You're going to have Trae Young, AD, Tatum, LeBron, and LaMelo on second team. So no Anthony Edwards on the first 2 teams, but he does make All-NBA third team, where his scoring went up a notch since we took over the team. 29 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 52, 42, 82 splits. And we do get Rudy Gobert on all defensive second team. So hey, at least he's still good for that. We ended the year as the 3 seed, so I don't know if my trade really did much, but hey, I'll take it because now we have some more flexibility going forward with that additional first round pick that we could trade. And then Tobias Harris's contract, which is also going to be guaranteed for at least this offseason and next year, where I can maybe leverage that in a trade this offseason. I thought about the idea of trying to trade for Jimmy Butler, which would be ironic, him going back to Minnesota, but it's not with Cat and Wiggins. It's with Anthony Edwards, who maybe has a different mindset as what those 2 players did when they were Ant's age. But we'll see who becomes available in the offseason. We'll see who's going to step up for us in the playoffs. We need kind of an unsung hero. And honestly, I think I'm fine starting Rob Dillingham. I'm not going to play him a ton of minutes because I do worry about his defense a little bit. Terrence Shannon Jr., I mean, his numbers weren't great this year. Mike Conley, though, we'll see if he retires. I feel like he's going to. Tobias can get 17, 16 minutes a night. I guess I don't really have a true backup 5. Like, it's kind of like Gobert and Reed staggering each other. Let's go 40 to Ant, and let's go 20, 25 to Dillingham. All right, so we're taking on Denver in round number 1. This was a rematch of last year's Western Conference semifinals, and that was one of the best playoff series. Well, it went to 7 games, but it was a lot of, like, blowouts in that series. Ant drops 53. Oh, my God. Look at that efficiency from Ant. Talk about a game 1 performance. We do end up winning game 2. Ant drops 39. Okay. Ant's averaging 46 on a 90% true shooting, basically, throughout the first 2 games. Game 3, it's going to go to Denver. They win this one 137-96. Jokic is like, all right, I want to start putting up the video game stat lines. 43, 14, and 14. Game number 4 does go to Minnesota. We are 1 game away from potentially knocking off the Nuggets once again. Shout out to Rob Dillingham. 22 in that one. Naz Reid, who's a free agent at the end of the year, hasn't been shooting the ball too well in the playoffs, but hopefully we can beat them, and we do. We end up winning 130-128. Anthony Edwards with 36, Naz Reid with 27 and 11, and we're going to advance to round number 2 to take on the Dallas Mavericks. All right, a rematch of last year's Western Conference Finals. So we already beat the team that we beat last year. Hopefully we could beat the team that we didn't beat. We end up beating them by 16. Good defensive game to start things off. Also, I wanted to see, oh damn, Detroit did not make the playoffs with Randle. I don't mind that addition if it really didn't cost them much. Like, they do need another shooter. And in my Pistons rebuild, I got Cam Johnson, I got John Collins overtime, and then got some other fun names. So I recommend checking that out. We get blown out in game number 2, unfortunately. Game 3 goes to Minnesota by 1 and drops 36. Oh, yeah. How's DiVincenzo been? Oh, my God. He's been brutal in the playoffs. Nas been all right. Game number 4, it's going to go to Dallas. All right. We were held to 86 points. We need to get Anthony Edwards some help offensively as we end up losing game 5. We need to get like the Kyrie to Luka for Anthony Edwards, basically. He drops 32, but the next highest was 14. Game number 6 is going to go to Dallas, and for the second straight year, Dallas sends home the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards averaged 40 points in game 1 and 32 points in game 2. But yeah, Naz Reid, 37%, DiVincenzo, 34%, Jaden McDaniels, 37%. I think I'm trading Jaden McDaniels this offseason because I honestly don't know who would take like Rudy Gobert if I wanted to trade him, as the Sixers, as the 8th seed, end up going to the NBA Finals, but they end up losing in 5. They just lost to the Suns. And yeah, Paul George had another rough shooting night the moment I'm recording this, and Embiid didn't even play in that game. So did Mike Conley retire? If he doesn't, which I don't think he did, that gives us a... Okay, that's Joe Ingles that retired. That gives us a little bit more flexibility with a trade this offseason. I know he's been here for a little bit, but I gotta make some moves. So here we are with the draft lottery, and we do own the Jazz's second round pick. So hopefully I can maybe get back into the first round with that. That Detroit first rounder. Oh, I forgot I do have that from the Karl Anthony Towns trade that they ended up getting that pick. But since the Pistons, damn, I wish they made the playoffs because then we would have been able to use that pick. That pick's going to be lottery protected, so we're not going to get that. Pistons are picking there at 10, but if they make the playoffs next year, we're going to get it, which maybe I'm just going to trade that to like Detroit, see if I can get the 10th overall pick, which would be kind of nice. Jazz own our pick there at 27. I have no idea if the Spurs would accept this, but I'd love this trade. Could I send them Detroit's first round pick and pick 31 in this draft? Is that pick 31 actually? Yeah, pick 31 for a pick, I think 14 and 19. I'm not sure if they're going to do this, but I would be very happy if they would. They would counter it. Yeah, okay. I was willing to throw in Mike Conley in this trade, so that actually makes it a little bit better. They're getting a veteran point guard, basically Chris Paul 2.0 since he did retire. So we're getting City Sissoko 14 and 19. They're getting the Pistons pick. They're getting 31, and they're getting Mike Conley. They want to consolidate some of those draft picks. So hey, I'm going to have 2 top 20 picks. Cooper Flagg ends up with the Portland Trailblazers. The Orlando Magic are going to get Ace Bailey at number 2. Oh my God, Franz, Paolo, and Ace Bailey is kind of absurd. Igor Demon goes 3 to Washington. They get their point guard over Dylan Harper, which is crazy. Boogie Fland over Dylan Harper is crazy. Yeah, Dylan Harper is yet to go. Oh my God, is he going number 7 in New Orleans? If he doesn't go here, I'm trading up for him. I don't care. If he doesn't go here, I'm trading. All right. Dylan Harper's still on the board. That's kind of insane how he's fallen. I would throw 14. I would throw 19. Who's on the board? Or the Raptors are. And I would throw in Terrence Shannon Jr. We get Dylan Harper to be in that backcourt with Anthony Edwards. They're going to say no to that. All right. I would throw in... I don't really want to throw in too much. I got thrown back in City Sissoko. All right. You know what? I don't think I'm going to make that trade. I guess it's really not going to happen. Oh my God. He's still on the board. That is insane. He doesn't go in the top 9. Oh my God. Are the Pistons going to get... I feel like they're going to pass up on him. They have Cade. What is going on with this mock or with this actual draft? I don't know. Thunder get him at 11. That is just unfair. So with the 14th pick, I'm going to take LeBaron Fine. I got to change his name from LeBron. Fun player at Alabama. Maybe a fringe first rounder right now as Derek Queen goes right after. There's Asa Newell. There's Nolan Traore, who I was thinking about taking. And then Con Knipple goes there at 18. That's a good pick. So we're on the clock here at 19. Zvonimir Visic could be a fun pick. Dink Pate could be a fun pick. Let's see. Colin Murray Boyles could help out our defense if I decide to trade away Jaden McDaniels. So yeah, I'm actually going to go Zvonimir Visic from Arkansas. And he's going to be probably my backup center next year if Naz Reid is the power forward. All right, so the Pelicans inked up Brandon Ingram on an extension. They always do. Could I maybe do some type of Jaden McDaniels for Brandon Ingram trade? They don't even counter offer that because I think like we could sacrifice some of the defense there to get a little bit more offense over here. I would throw Terrence Shannon Jr. in the trade. They're going to say no. And what about City Sissoko and a future second rounder. Does that get it done? It does not. I don't want to throw in any future first in this deal. They say no. I don't really even know if I have another player. Like, we could revisit this trade after team player options. It would hurt me, but I would throw in Leonard Miller. So this is basically a 4-for-1, which is going to kill some of our depth long term. They're going to say no to that. All right, we're going to hold off then. We're going to sign LeBaron Philon, and we're going to sign Zvonimir Ivicic. 2 SEC guys, right? Yeah, 2 SEC guys. So Naz Reid actually opted in his $15 million option. We're going to bring back Josh Minot and Luka Garza. I'm surprised that Naz Reid opted in. I feel like he would want to test the open market and get maybe a nice payday. All right, and this is the big trade we are going to make. We are going to send Jaden McDaniels, Tobias Harris, for some reason is 3 stars. I don't know why, and Terrence Shannon Jr. to Utah. We're taking on Lauri Markkanen's massive deal. Yeah, we may be paying the luxury tax for this one. And then we're also getting Taylor Hendricks in this deal, which is, I think, a kind of nice of a throw. And I know we missed a lot of time here in the 2025 season, but I think this is a good trade for us. And we get that number 2 that we've missed since Karl-Anthony Towns is gone. So we're going to have a big lineup. Like, it's going to be probably Rob Dillingham at the 1, Ant at the 2, Markkanen at the 3, probably Naz Reid at the 4, and then Gobert at the 5. We're also going to bring back Nickeil Alexander-Walker on a 3-year deal, but 2 years, $14 million is going to be guaranteed. I have a little bit of money there from a trade exception, but yeah, we went out, we got our big name in Lauri Markkanen. I wonder if they would be in like the Markkanen sweepstakes like that. I'm also going to try to sign Bruce Brown on a 2-year deal and Precious Achiuwa on a 1-year deal. So 2 former Raptors right there, as Julius Randle signed with the Brooklyn Nets. As Anthony Edwards is a 95 overall. Lauri Markkanen's an 83. Rudy Gobert's an 83. He's starting to regress. Dillingham is up to an 80, thankfully. Naz Reid regressing as well. This is a weird team. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if that was like a little bit of a risky move going after Lauri Markkanen. We'll see. And I do need to release 2 players before the season starts, so probably Jalen Clark, who we got back on the qualifying offer. And I hate to do it, but probably Luka Garza. And this is what the rotation is going to look like for the 2026 season. It's going to be Dillingham, Edwards, Markkanen, Naz Reid, and Rudy Gobert. Off the bench, we're going to have Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dante DiVincenzo, Taylor Hendricks, Zvonimir Ivicic, and LeBaron Philon. And I'm excited to see what this team could do this year. We're 4 stars, 7 seconds under Chris Finch last year. We didn't make it to the conference finals again, but at least we won a playoff series. I think this version of the Timberwolves right now, I don't know if they're winning a playoff series. We'll see. Hopefully, Lauri Markkanen could be a good number 2 for Anthony Edwards this year, as we're going to start off the year 2-1. We just had a nice win over the Knicks. Hey, maybe Rob Dillingham is going to be that second scorer. All right, maybe now being where I want to be right now at the deadline, as we are 28-23. Lauri Markkanen, maybe this is why it didn't cost me too much to get him, as he's been horrendous. This is actually going to go down as one of my worst acquisitions in a while, because he's shooting 38% from the field. He's shooting 31% from 3, which is just weird. We have 4 guys in double figures, and it's Anthony Edwards, one of them, who's putting up all-NBA first-team numbers. Markkanen, Rob Dillingham, who's been good. I think I'm relying too much on the 21-year-old. And Naz Reid, who honestly hasn't even been that good. I'm gonna have to break the feelings on a lot of guys in the offseason. Like, I know Naz Reid's a fan favorite. He's a legend here, but I don't know if we can keep doing this. So I think it would make sense to re-sign him though right now. I will give him about, honestly, $16 million a year. I'm over the cap anyway. I'd rather get that money up so then I can include it in a trade down the line. So we're gonna pay him. Hendricks doesn't want to re-sign. I mean, whatever. We could trade you in the offseason. DiVincenzo, I mean, he's been fine. He's shooting 36% from 3. Knicks really got like the best year of his career last year, which is kind of crazy to think about. I don't know if I'm going to make a trade here at the deadline. And Markkanen is actually making more money than Anthony Edwards. That is insane. He needs to step up in the second half. So Luka Doncic wins MVP this year. Cooper Flagg in the Northwest Division takes home Rookie of the Year. You got Jaime Jaquez winning 6th Man of the Year. Wemby Depoy, Scoot Henderson Most Improved. Hey, it's a different vibe over there in Portland. And we got Executive of the Year, which is kind of cool. I think that guy was on our team. I don't know. Every logo is like a circle, so it could have been the Mavericks. But Anthony Edwards, are you kidding me? Did not make an All-NBA team. What? Are you serious? He just had such an incredible year. I think we got LeBaron Philon on an all-rookie team, but you're telling me 29 points, 6.5 rebounds, 4 assists, you're like a 4 seed, 67% true shooting, could not be an All-NBA team honors? That is insane. So Markkanen was better in the second half, but still incredibly disappointing for him to be the number 2 on this team. Rob Dillingham shot 38% from 3. Naz Reid really struggled as a stretch 4. I don't know if he's going to be that type of guy for us moving forward. LeBaron Philon, I mean, wasn't really great as a rookie. I think Ivicic will play in the playoffs, though, just because of the need of a backup 5. So I think Philon is not going to get minutes. We're going to go 10 to Ivicic. We're going to go 17 to Hendricks. We'll go 18 to DiVincenzo, 23 to Nas Fine, 33 to Gobert, 28 to Naz Reid. We got to go 36 to Markkinen. We're going to go 42 to Ant. He's going to play a ton. And then 33 to Rob Dillingham. We're going to rely that much on Rob just because this team is in a weird spot right now. We finished with a 9.7 point differential, which is tied for best in the NBA. And here we go. Round number 1 taking on the Sacramento Kings. They have the Kentucky backcourt. They have DeMar DeRozan. They got Keegan Murray, Sabonis. Their bench, though, is brutal. So if that's where we're going to beat them, I think that gives us a good advantage as Anthony Edwards drops 43. Rob Dillingham drops 31. And we beat him by 5 in a shootout opening night of the playoff basketball. Hey, Markkinen actually had a good game too. Anthony Edwards had 21. And we're actually able to win a playoff game when Anthony Edwards has an off shooting night. Game number 3 goes to Sacramento. They blow us out. All right, that is not encouraging. Markkinen had 25. Ant kind of struggled shooting from the field, but we do go up 3 games to 1. We win 123-104. Anthony Edwards drops 47. There we go. Let's win in 5. All right, let's win in 6 here. Anthony Edwards dropped 42 in the loss, and we do end up winning in 6. There we go. But we are on the same bracket once again as the Dallas Mavericks, the team that has beaten us the last 2 years. And is it going to be the last 3 years? Let's find out. Markkinen, that is the number 2 numbers I need. I need that throughout the regular season, and I need that throughout the playoffs. We do lose game 1 by 3. Oh, all right. Well, I think Luka's a free agent at the end of the year, and he always leaves the Mavericks. But we do drop the first 2 games in Dallas. It's kind of must win here in game number 3. Taylor Hendricks has been abysmal in the playoffs. We do win game 3 at home. See, this is what oh my God. I think I got to move DiVincenzo. I got to move some of these guys in the offseason because, yeah, I get 20 out of Markkinen. I get 56, 9-5 out of Ant, and we won by 7. Game number 4, we do end up losing this one. Oh my God. Like, I'm paying Gobert all this money. We still give up 160 points. At least Markkinen had like a good playoff run. But yeah, pretty embarrassing as we are going to probably lose in 6. I mean, I'd love to force to game 7. Can we do that? And oh my God, okay. All right, we won by 1. 115, 114. Here we go. Game number 7. Are we able to beat the Dallas Mavericks? We tie them in the first quarter. Oh my God, are we about to come back down 3 games to 1? We're down by 1. Oh, come on. They're going on a run. They're up by 9. Oh, damn. They're up by 13. Unless we come back here down by 9. Oh, my God. Holy crap. We just went on a 9-0 run in a minute to tie it up. Unfortunately, we do not have the ball. Oh, my God. And we have Rob Dillingham guarding Luka, which is just terrible. Oh, okay, this isn't good. Gobert, I need to play help defense because Gafford can't shoot the ball. So I'm going to play some help defense here. They're going to get the final shot. The fact that we got to this point, game 7, on the line, final shot, we could force overtime. We were down by 9 with like 90 seconds left. They're going to call for the screen. We got to hedge it here. No way Luka hits that, right? Okay, he misses it. Call timeout. Okay, thank God I have a timeout. I didn't look to see if I had one. Imagine we didn't. I pulled a Fab 5. And you know who we're going to, right? We got to go to Anthony Edwards. The Mr. I don't want to ever do overtime, man. Let's see if we can get a good shot off. Anthony Edwards in the corner. I have a little bit of time. I didn't need to take that. And he missed it. All right. Of course they have time. And I probably should have got a better look than that Anthony Edwards corner 3. Just let's not lose this here. They're going to go to Kyrie in the corner, right? We're good. We're good. If Luka, he got that off. Oh my God, if he hit that, I was never going to forgive myself. All right, so let's see how the team looks in overtime. Like, did we come back for nothing or are we about to pull off a great 3-1 upset? Oh my God. And we were down by 9 with 90 seconds left and we're about to win game 7 on the road. Ant drops 23. Nah drops 22. What a comeback. I have never seen anything like that in 2K. We were really down by 9 with like 90 seconds left. And Luka Doncic blew that lead. So we're taking on Wemby in the conference finals, the Mike Conley revenge series. So here we go. Game number 1 is going to go to San Antonio, 128-111. Anthony Edwards drops 32. Larry Markkinen drops 26. Naz Reid with a double-double, but we still lost. But hey, we win game 2, 121-106. We're not 3 games away from the NBA Finals. Game 3 goes to Minnesota. I feel like Wemby's not ready yet, or at least he might be ready, but that team ain't ready yet. Game 4, I say that and they beat me. 125-124. That is brutal. We head to San Antonio for game 5. I guess I got cocky. Anthony Edwards fouled out in 12 minutes. You gotta be kidding me. Game 6 and we lose. All right, well, I guess you're not gonna be able to win them all. Mobley and Wemby, conference finals MVPs, and the Spurs actually won it all. I thought that was going to be my chance to go all the way. I just felt like we were destined for it after winning that series against the Mavericks, because that still was mind-blowing, and still dropped 28 per game in that conference finals as, yeah, Cavs and the Spurs ended up going to 7 games, which is an entertaining series. Looks like Mike Conley did not retire which is interesting. You would think he would have retired by now, but hey, he got a ring, which is cool. I'm glad Mike Conley got a ring. And the Pistons were pretty good this year. So that trade we made with the Spurs to get their 2 picks in the teens last year, we gave them the 25th overall pick. So that worked out for us. The Cavs own our first rounder at 26, which I'm not really sure why I would lose out on back-to-back first round picks, but I guess that's the case. Chris Finch, though, we're going to keep under contract. Oh, okay, no, I actually do have a first round pick. It's at 24 via Cleveland. And I'm going to send Dante DiVincenzo and pick 24 to Miami for the 16th overall pick and a future first round pick. So we move up in the draft. DiVincenzo is no longer on the team, and we get a future first round pick from Miami. Pelicans at number 1. They are going to select Darren Peterson, wow, out of New Orleans. So they don't take Boozer. They don't take DeBanza. Of course, they have to go to the Rockets and the Thunder, teams we got to beat in the Western Conference that are a little bit more loaded right now than New Orleans. So with my first round pick, I ended up taking Isaiah Hartwell, a wing out of UConn. Maybe a developmental guy, but I think could be a good scorer. Wayne Moore, I'm going to throw on the 2-way. So we're going to pick up the team options on Robert Dillingham, Taylor Hendricks, and Leonard Miller. We're going to give CD Sissoko the qualifying offer. And then here for free agents, Josh Minot. I honestly would like to bring him back on a 2-year deal. We actually could sign Scottie Pippen Jr. Oh yeah, that would be a huge pickup for us. And then could I also get CJ McCollum on a 1+1 basically with a team option? That would be nice. Can I sign all these guys? Oh no. Oh my God. Did it really choose CJ McCollum over Scottie Pippen Jr.? I'm going to lose my mind. I really do hate this game sometimes because I was like, you know what? DiVincenzo walks. McCollum could be a good 6th, 7th, 8th man, but he's about to regress so hard at player progression. Like, he's going to drop a ton of overalls. I also signed a couple guys as well this offseason. Taurean Prince, we ended up getting. And then we got, I thought that said Wendell Moore for a second, but that was obviously my 2nd round pick. I thought I signed, oh yeah, Chris Dunn. That was the other guy. So yeah, CJ McCollum. Oh my God, I could have Scottie Pippen Jr. right now. I don't know. This feels like a weird team still around Anthony Edwards. It doesn't feel like it's the best constructed team. It feels clunky. But I do have to release 2 guys before the season starts. I don't know if Wayne Moore counts as one, but we are going to release him. I guess I should release, oh my God, McCollum really regressed that much. I guess I'm going to release Chris Dunn. So no, Wayne Moore did not count. So I will release Taurean Prince as well. Yeah, so I think I ended up signing CJ McCollum for nothing. I don't think he's going to crack the rotation because the bench is going to be Naz Reid. Yeah, we're going to experiment with him back in that 6-man role. Philon, Hartwell, and Zvonimir Visic. The starting 5 is going to be Dillingham, Edwards, Markkanen, Taylor Hendricks, and Rudy Gobert. I feel like I'm just stuck with the Rudy, and that's the issue. Does Rudy have a player option at the end of the year? I feel like he does, so maybe if he opts into that, yeah, we could find an out for Rudy Gobert. We are 4 stars, 7 seconds or less. We start off the year beating the Spurs, but then losing to the Lakers. So we beat the team that eliminated us in the playoffs. Hopefully Markkanen could be a little bit better this year. Anthony Edwards, man, like he's unreal, and like he's not even in his prime yet, or he kind of is in his prime, and I'm just wasting. I don't know. I'm not wasting these years. Like we were in the conference finals last year, but I don't know if we're gonna be the favorites this year with this team. Like I said, it just feels weird. All right, at the deadline, we are playing well though. We're 39-11. Shout out Anthony Edwards, man. He's averaging 29 points, 6.8 rebounds, 4.6 assists. I mean, even though this team doesn't feel great around him, that's why we are playing so well. Because Markkanen has not been great here. Rob Dillingham has been, and he's averaging 7 assists tonight. So that was kind of the guy that is, I think, making this team really good. I mean, Taylor Hendricks has been at least efficient, pretty much what I wanted Naz Reid to be, and we haven't really gotten that from him. So that looks like a good addition. He'll be a free agent at the end of the year. LeBaron Philon has been good. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's been good. Hartwell is a rookie. Visic as a sophomore. I don't think I'm going to make any changes to this team. I like it. I can now re-sign Taylor Hendricks, so let me do that. Let me give him a 3-year extension. And let's see if this team can actually make a run in the playoffs. Make a run, I mean, win it all. And Cade Cunningham just won MVP. I mean, shout out to the season Cade's having. MVP. Good for Cade, man. Do we get any awards this year? Luka Doncic signed with the Jazz. Why can't we have him just go to the Eastern Conference? Does Anthony Edwards get respected or disrespected again? No, he does not. He gets respected. He makes All-NBA second team. 28 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 52, 40, 86 splits. And we did get Isaiah Hartwell on All-Rookie second team. We're the 1 seed. We're taking on the 8-seeded Memphis Grizzlies, who are a fun team. And the Memphis Grizzlies have been good this year. They're a fun rebuild team idea. I wonder if they would go all in because they have a ton of depth. Like, would they want to go after Jimmy Butler? Would they want to go after Brandon Ingram? As Rob Dillingham actually leapfrogged Markkanen as the second leading scorer on this team, but it feels a little bit better. There's LeBaron. Him and Rob Dillingham are a very fun point guard combo, as we are 4-star, 7 seconds or less under Chris Finch. For the playoffs, though, I think we're going to, we have a 10-man rotation right now. We're going to trim it down a little bit. Isaiah Harwell was good, though, throughout the regular season, but I kind of needed a backup 5. I mean, maybe that's Naz Reid instead of Zvonimir Visic, who actually shot the ball all right this year. So I think we are going to go Reid, Noah, Philon, and Isaiah Harwell for the playoffs. We're going to go probably 28 to Hendricks, 28 to Gobert is fine. Let's go 39 to Ant, 34 to Dillingham, or we could do, honestly, 36 to Dillingham. He's that good. And yeah, just looking at what we did throughout the regular season, we had a 10.9 point differential, which was the best in the Western Conference, but not the best in the NBA. That would go to the Cleveland Cavaliers there in the Eastern Conference. So can we beat the Memphis Grizzlies in round number 1, or are we going to lose to an 8 seed? We do not. We beat them. That means we got the Houston Rockets in round number 2. Anthony Edwards dropped 36 points in round number 1 in about 37 and a half minutes. 62, 54, 78 splits. He has been unreal in this. We're taking on the Rockets, who have AJ DeBanza, Reed Shepard, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., Jalen Duren, Jalen Green, Cam Whitmore. It's a fun team. They drafted Jeremiah Fears as well, who's kind of an efficiency god right now. All right, here we go. Game number 1 goes to Minnesota, 140-137 in overtime. This is going to be a good one. And Markkanen both played great. We do win game number 2 by 36 points. Yes, Markkanen, give me those performances. 44 for Markkanen. He knocked down 16 free throws, 48. What was that? 48-7-7-5 for Ant. That's insane. Game number 3 does go to Houston, 137-123. As Naz Reid at 23, Markkanen 24, Ant 33. All right, so every home team has won so far. We won the first 2. They won the next 2. They won the next 3, actually. So we're down 3-2, backs against the wall, and we do force the game 7. We win 126-123. Anthony Edwards, 17 points, 5 turnovers, 50% from the field, and we are going to win because Taylor Hendricks stepped up. Winner of this game is going to take on the OKC Thunder in the conference finals. Our defense does a great job in the first half, allowing 42 points, and we are going to move on to our second straight conference finals, our third in the last 4 years. Markkanen and Edwards have 67 between the two. They both go 12 of 19, but we got to beat the OKC Thunder, who are really good. They got Cameron Boozer at the 4. We kind of have to beat them right now before they develop. And yeah, like Dylan Harper on the bench. What's going on there? Maybe I should trade for Dylan Harper. I don't know. Game 1 goes to Minnesota. 120-113. 28 for Anthony Edwards. Game 2 goes to OKC. I mean, Ant versus Shea in the playoffs. We haven't gone yet. And would be really cool. But we're down 2-1. Oh my God. Shea drops 49. We lost by 1 on the road. Ant went 6-22. And his numbers are still so good. So they like barely brought him down. Game 4 goes to OKC. So you're going to tell me 3 to the 4 times we have made it to the conference championship, like out of the last 4 years, we're going to lose. We do force a game 6, which is nice. Ant dropped 38. Can we win on the road? Yes, we can. All right, we're forcing in game 7. I'm kind of getting Mavericks deja vu here. Let's see if we're able to beat them and go to the NBA Finals. I mean, this is incredible if we're able to come back down 3-1. We are up by 16 right now in the third quarter, and the Minnesota Timberwolves come back down 3-1 to go to the NBA Finals. Let's freaking go, man. We end up winning, blowing them out by 33. Ant with 39. Taylor Hendricks with 27. Oh, yeah. Naz Reid with 18. Dillingham with a double-double. Anthony Edwards is your conference finals MVP. So is Evan Mobley. Both these teams made major trades with the Utah Jazz in the offseason of 2022. Let's see who gets a ring in 2027. All right, here we go. Game number 1 goes to Minnesota, 108-89. Oh, yeah. Ant with 27. Naz Reid with 19. I think we got to just kind of play the guys a little bit more in the starting 5. Isaiah Harwell, I mean, you're going to get like 8 minutes a night. Well, Barron's been good in the playoffs. But he's going to get like 16 minutes a night. I think we're going to lower Nas minutes. We'll actually go like 18 to him then, which gives me about 8 more minutes. Let's go 43 to Ant. Let's go 38 to Markkanen and 37 to Rob Dillingham. Game number 2, we end up winning this one, 118-109, even though we scored just 17 points in that fourth quarter. 59 combined between Ant and Markkanen. Game 3, we could have really put it away. And I have a feeling, oh my God, Mobley goes off. They're going to win game 4. No, they don't. Let's go. We're up 3-1. Hendricks with 33. Ant with 30. Double-double for Naz Reid. Game number 5 on the road. Are we able to beat the Cavs and win the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history? Don't blow a 3-1 lead. We're up by 10 with 72 seconds left. Let's go, man. I can't believe we came back down 3-1 against that OKC Thunder team. What does Ant have? Ant just has 8 points. I mean, this is a defensive game. It's 88-79. Hendricks, good defense on Mobley, but Mobley, of course, gets the rebound. He's too good. Shout out to Rob Dillingham, who has 20 in this game. What does Markkanen have? Markkanen has a double-double, 19 and 12. And let's get a screen here from Taylor Hendricks. Let's see if Ant can get to the rim. Yes, he can with ease. I was going to pass. Oh, not with ease, actually. He misses it. Taylor Hendricks. Oh, he does not get the rebound. All right. Is that Wendell Moore Jr., really? I guess he's trying to get the revenge series over here. All right, I could have passed that to Hendricks, but I wanted to try to do a big dunk there with Anthony Edwards. Gobert's guarding Donovan Mitchell, which I don't like. LeVert kicks it to Mobley inside. Hendricks, just please play good defense on him. I mean, Mobley's too good. He gets the offensive rebound. Oh, my God. Can we get one? There we go. Hendricks with a huge rebound. Kick it up to Rob Dillingham. They're not going to foul. All right, it's looking like we're going to win the NBA Finals here in 2027. And I'm going to show no sportsmanship either. I don't know why, but yeah, we're going to beat them here 4-1. Anthony Edwards at the buzzer. Bang, there we go. Not really at the buzzer, but that's going to help out our margin of victory here in Game 5. We're going to win 92-81. I mean, we all know who's getting Finals MVP. It's going to be the same man that got Western Conference Finals MVP, same man on All-NBA second team, the same man that's been carrying our offense all video long. Anthony Edwards. And there we go. I actually won a title with Rudy Gobert on the team. I thought I was going to have to trade Rudy Gobert. I thought I was going to have to let that contract expire and then do something with that open cap space, or at least that open slot, and maybe trade it because it was going to be an expiring at the end of next year. But no, I want to ring with Rudy Gobert. And hey, we allowed just 81 points there in game number 5. Ant drops 28, 6.5, 4.5, and 2.2 steals, 48, 39, 80 splits. This was a fun rebuild, man. This really was. We trade Randle for Tobias Harris, which is kind of funny. Lauri Markkanen was not a great regular season player for us, but he stepped up in the playoffs last year. He stepped up in the playoffs this year. Taylor Hendricks was just kind of a throw-in in that trade, and he honestly ended up being our starting power forward. A legit good one. We developed Rob Dillingham. Gobert didn't fall off a cliff yet. Naw gave us some good 3D minutes, maybe not in the playoffs, but definitely some good regular season minutes. Naz Reid was a little disappointing, but was still, I think, a contributor. And then Baron Philon was honestly a very fun draft pick. He shot 41% from 3 for us in the playoffs. And shout out to Isaiah Hardwell and Zvonimir Visic as well. And that is going to be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, I'd appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know what you think the Timberwolves should do this year. Should they entertain Julius Randle trade ideas? Where could he even go? Let me know down below. Subscribe if you are not already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.